Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Oh, praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai, Yahweh Shemi Shai, Barakatam, Waha, Rakah, Kadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor to you brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a relatively short video regarding the title that you have right there, okay, which says long peace or imminent war, okay, and this is the study that they have done to predict when they think World War III is going to break out. So the thought or the thinking that's on everybody's mind is whether this peace is going to sustain, okay, that is to say whether it's going to last a long time. And the fact of the matter is it ain't going to last a long time. In fact, the scripture says one war was past, the second war was past, and behold, the third comes quickly. So that means a war, we know war means destruction within the scriptures. So that means when one war was going to come, you was going to have a second and then a third one soon after that. Okay, so the thinking of that is going to last a long time. This peace, well, the fact of the matter is it's not going to last a long time. Okay, let me hit some scriptures here, and this is going to be basically a scripture type video, okay, where it's going to be mostly scriptures I'm going to be touching on. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Okay, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, and it says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you." Okay, but what they were trying to do when you read this article, I'm not going to read this article. You can read it in your own time. But what they was trying to do within this article is predict when the Third World War was going to come, and they was using history to try and find out when it was going to come. Okay, excuse the truck. Okay, so they was trying to use history to predict when this Third World War was going to take place. But you don't have to do that. All you have to do is go into the scriptures and line everything up with the prophecies. So for instance, when World War I broke out, then you can line it up with Revelations, the 9th chapter. Okay, the Second World War, I forget which one was which and how it lines up with the scriptures off the top of my head. But you can see through the scriptures how each of those things, okay, each of those wars line up with the prophecies. And also too, the Third World War, you can see also how that lines up with the scriptures. Okay, so now once you have that method, okay, you can then go into the scriptures and find out the little indicators or the massive indicators, depending on whether you was going to be having eyes to see the scriptures or not eyes to see the scriptures, or whether you was going to hear or whether you was going to forbear. Okay, so what you was going to hear, you was going to go into the scriptures and you was going to find out that during the time of the Third World War, there was going to be rumors of wars. This is the book of Mark, the 13th chapter. Okay, you was going to hear of rumors of wars. Okay, earthquakes in diverse places and troubles. These was going to be the indicators of the times that you was going to be in. That's why it says, of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, because you're already supposed to know what was going to be happening in that event, in that time. Okay, just like when the Lord came on the scene. When the Lord came on the scene, what was happening? You had signs within the skies, okay, and different signs that was written about, okay, within the prophecies, okay. And the same thing about right now, when the Lord makes his return during World War III. That's spoken about within the book of 2 Ezra, the 13th chapter. How that really this World War III is going to be stopped by the Lord, and instead of everybody fighting up against each other, they're going to fight against the Lord. That's second Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay, they're going to fight up against the Lord. Okay, but going back onto the point, all of the signs that was going to take place beforehand, okay, they were written about within the Bible, within the scriptures. Okay, so if the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. So you don't need a historical map, okay, or algorithm to predict when the tension and will escalate. Escalate meaning, like an escalator, go up or go to the top of the mountain, or come to its come to blossom. Okay, you have no need of doing that, because you already have the prophecies at hand, to which you was gonna apply the prophecies, whether you was gonna hear or forbear. Okay, if you hear, you was gonna apply the prophecies to the right situation, and as a result, it was going to come to the same conclusion that we're at the imminent, okay, imminent meaning it's at hand, okay, we're at imminent point of World War III, okay, or the precipice. Precipice is, again, is a word, another word that means at hand. Okay, so it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. Yourselves know that perfectly the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. Okay, so whether you say, okay, it's been 70 years, and historically speaking, after 70 years of peace, then you have war. It was 100 years, and after 100 years of, you don't have to do that, okay? You know perfectly that the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night, okay? So in the point where they was going to be thinking about building up, okay, creating businesses, okay, building up schools, okay, houses, okay, this was going to be the time when the highest was going to return, because he was going to be as a thief in the night. And it's going to explain that within the next verse. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, okay, cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. So the pain is likened unto a woman with child, but the point where it comes in, nobody was going to know that. Okay, it was going to be unpredictable. Okay, you wasn't going to be able to map it out, but you was always going to have a good idea of what season it was in. For instance, when you have a harvest, you have an idea of when the harvest is, but you don't really know the exact date of the exact time, the exact time your apple's going to ripen up. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you have a field of apples, you're a cider farm, you farm to make cider, or you got a vineyard and you farming grapes, okay, you're cultivating grapes, a thing called horticulture, you're cultivating grapes, okay, to make wine, okay, you can't tell the exact minute and the exact time, okay, that them grapes are going to become 100% ripe. Okay, to everything there's a season. That means a time span, a long time span, where pretty much it's that season. So you know the season of the harvest. So we know that we're in the spiritual harvest now, wherein the Most High was gonna take over, gather his elect, okay, from the four corners of the earth, and he was gonna take them away from the he was gonna separate them from the heathen. Okay, this is spoken about within the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter, how that the harvest the harvest was the time of the end of the world, when the angels was going to pick out the elect from the four corners of the earth. They was going to sift them out. Okay, as spoken about within the book of Amos, the 9th chapter and the 9th verse. Okay, so pushing on, we can come to the conclusion. Okay, that as it says here. As it says here, with this analogy, that pretty much what we have is a thing of a season, okay, of the feel of a particular season, and within that season, different things is going to happen. Now, the season, you know what season is by what's happening within the sky, okay, but what's happening within the prophecies, okay, by what's happening, okay, with things like that, okay, it's going to tell you what seasons he was in. So earthquakes, okay, rumors of wars, okay, the sedition amongst the people, which is sedition means civil unrest, okay. So you have rulers, okay, and they're ruling a particular way, and the people, their subjects, they don't like the way they're being ruled. That's what you know as sedition, okay, civil unrest, so you can understand, okay. And that was going to let you know what season you was in, okay. So let's finish this up. And says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman, okay, with child, and they shall not escape. All right, but you, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should not overtake you as a thief. Okay, so you're not in darkness because you're watching out for the signs. You know what season you're in. You know when the season of the harvest is. But like as a thief in the night, You know exactly when the wine's gonna be ready. You don't know exactly when you don't know the wine aroma, but the grapes is gonna be ready, or the apples is gonna be the exact date. You don't know it, but you know the season. Okay, you know the indicators of the season. Okay, so with that, hopefully that was edifying. I want to say, O praise unto Yahweh, Ashai, or Harakakadash. Double honors the apostles of the great millstone. I want you both to be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.